And now for something completely different. It's EVTV Ireland.
Hello and welcome to EVTV Ireland, the show that tells you everything you need to know about the new Renault Zoe. My name is Guillaume. Let's start with the exterior and the front. So you can see they are now C-shape LED day running lights as well as full LED headlights. And now in the bumper, instead of the day running lights, we have proper fog lights. Moving to the side, it's very similar to the first Zoe with the exception of the new set of wheels. So the base version Play has 15-inch wheel trims. Then in the iconic version, you've got 16-inch alloy wheels. Moving to this very GT line, you've got 16-inch diamond cut wheels. And then you can get 17-inch wheels as an option. And finally, the rear of the car. This is basically identical to the previous Zoe. The only difference are the tail lights. They are fully LEDs now and they have dynamic indicators. The boot is 338 liters, which is quite a lot for the segment. You can see it's quite deep, and there is in this very version, but it's an option, a subwoofer that takes a bit of the space. So in terms of cabin space, it's relatively spacious in the front. The seat is not height adjustable, but there's plenty of room here. I have more than a fist, and I'm 5 feet 10 or 1.78 meters. All right, the headroom in the back seat is okay. Again, I'm 178, so there's still a bit of space, but if you're over 1.8 meters, it might be a bit tight. Okay, so the leg room in the back is just about okay. There is the front seats are adjusted to my size, so it's okay, but you don't want to do some long distances. Interestingly, there is a pocket here behind the passenger seat. There's none on the other side. I don't know why, but that's a bit of extra storage because there are some door pockets here, but they are not very large. So let's have a look at the screen now. So this is a 10-inch screen that you can see. Here on the steering wheel, you've got the menu controls. So here you can go through 4 different menus that you can see at the top of the screen. So here we have navigation. If I click here, we have information about the car, I suppose like energy levels and yeah, energy and battery and motor and wheels. So it's dynamic while you drive, of course. And then the next menu would be just the regular car. So you can see the car, you can see you've got a lane assist kind of system, so you would see it in the center of the screen, and you've got traffic sign recognition, so we can see 50 kilometers an hour here. And then the last menu would be the music, so you would have music information in the middle. Of course, there's no music right now. Last screen is the navigation again, so we've got 4 different screens. On the left hand side, you can see the speed, and you can see again the level of charge. Like we have 36% right now, and the range is 109 kilometers. So this is the central console of the Renault Zoe. Here, as you can see, there is a 9.3 inches portrait screen. This infotainment screen is available on the GT line. The 2 base versions, they have the 7-inch landscape screen. We'll have a look at this screen in a moment, but let's have a look at what else is on the central console here. Here we have some piano switches. We've got like the heated seats, the eco mode, hazard lights, central locking. This particular version has an optional self-parking system, and there's another heated seat function. So this is very easy to use. Just below we've got the climate control. This is a very nice system. It's very intuitive. So you've got auto here by pushing this, and then you've got the normal ventilation elements. So rear window defrosting, and air circulation. Here we've got a little storage, 2 USB ports, 1 jack in, and this is a 12-volt socket, so it's pretty well equipped there. All right, so here we have the shifter. It's a new shifter. It's much less bulky than the previous one. An interesting fact, as there is no parking function, it's only neutral, and then there is electronic automatic handbrake just there. So that's a thing to consider. Just in between, you've got a charging pad for phones. If you have a wireless charging on your phones, that's very practical. It just goes below the shifter. And here you also have the auto hold function and 2 cup holders. If you are a current Renault Zoe owner, you know that your cup holders are a bit narrow, and those are really deep and bigger than before, so that's really useful. And finally, at the back of the central console, you've got 2 more USB charge points, which is great because that's 4 in total. So now let's talk about the screen of the Renault Zoe. So this is a really beautiful quality screen that you can see. The screen is actually off at the moment, so you can see by default the time, the external temperature. Here you can see that the phone is charging, and you've got the date and some basic functions. So if I turn it on here, I can wake it up. This is the menu of the screen, so you can see navigation, radio, music. So everything is quite simple and easy to go through. So of course you've got navigation. You can see here the map. It's quite crisp, to be honest. It's really good. You really feel like you're having a regular tablet. So that's pretty good. Now if we go back to the menu, we get radio. We're not going to play radio, of course, but you can see that's very easy to use there. Back to the menu, we've got music, so that's of course for your external music that you might have, maybe some USB stick or Bluetooth, etc. Then phone, so phone, that's the same. There's no paired phone, well, not mine anyway, at the moment. So you've got you can pair a phone there. Applications, so you can watch videos and photos. I'm not sure exactly how. You probably have to put them on your USB stick for that. Then some information about the car, air quality, and then settings. So settings, there are quite a good number of elements here. You've got all the driving assistance, and it's very easy to go through this. So for example, the traffic sign recognition, you put it on, you put it off, just like you do with your phone. So it's extremely easy to use, so that's a really good system. Blind spot, that's the lane departure system as well. You've got parking assistance as well, so you can also set this up. So you've got the camera here. You can even adjust your camera brightness and colors and contrast if you want to see the lines here or not. So it's a really good system. Even the sound, if you don't like the sound of when you reverse, you can remove that. EV programming. So this is of course your EV specific elements when you want to program your charge. If for example, if you want to have the car charging at a particular moment, if you have night rate tariff at home, of course, and car configuration. So here, what do we have? The turn indicator, sound volume. So that there's not too much there, but again, this is pretty cool to be able to adjust some of those elements. Actually, there is more, of course. There's access. So your hands-free functions, you might not want to have hands-free, you can remove it here. And your external and internal welcome as well. So quite a lot of adjustment to do, and it's very easy to go through all those menus. And here, if you click here, you've got your home screen. So I'm not sure if you see very well, but you've got your phone, your music, and your navigation all in the same screen. So it's a very easy way if you want to see a bit of everything when you're driving. And again, your driving assistance there. So again, a very good system, very impressed by that, to be honest. I think most people really like it. Okay, so there is an interesting feature that we have here. So if you are in the menu here, navigation, you can go to navigation menu, and here we have something called reachable area. So here we can instantly see how far we can get with the current level of charge. So the car at the moment has 35%, which is 106 kilometers. So we are here in Cork, and we can see here that we can reach most of West Cork and a bit of the ring of Kerry and Dingle, and maybe on the other hand to Tipperary and almost Waterford. So there is the blue area, which is the normal mode, and then the green is the eco mode. So it's quite handy to see how far we can get, and it takes in consideration the type of road. It's not just a circle with the range, because of course the roads are a bit different. Then if you click here, something really cool. It's just a charging station. So we've seen that in other cars, charging stations, but in this case it's actually very handy, because here I can see a fuse charging station nearby. The closest is 400 meters, and you can see there's actually a fast charging one. And if I tap just here on the station itself, it gives me directly the information where the place is, and I can just type on go, and it will just lead me to the place. So it's extremely simple.
The route has been calculated. Please drive onto a digitized road.
Here you go. So it's very simple. We can see the map here very easily. So we have to do a big detour actually, but it works. And again, the screen is really it's really nice and snappy. So this is very handy for any EV driver, because sometimes you just don't know where you are and which are the closest stations. So here I'm going to just show you for a minute the automatic parking. So when you press this button, you go to this menu, and you can see exactly what's going on with the car, and you can decide what type of parking you wish to have. So here, this is to exit a space. This is to park like this. This is like if you're in a supermarket, and this is parallel parking. So depending on the type of parking you want to have, you have to select this, and if you want to exit your space, this is the one. Here you can see the zones all around as well. So the sensors are obviously not only in the front and the back, but also on the sides.
The battery is 52 kilowatt hours, which is a major improvement compared to the 41 kilowatt hours of the previous version. So this is a usable capacity. That means in terms of WLTP range, 395 kilometers with the 15-inch wheels and 386 kilometers with the 16-inch wheels. So this is WLTP, of course. In reality, you might have less, maybe 300 in average. Moving to the charger. So the charger is still the 22 kilowatt AC Chameleon charger that the Renault has been famous for. This is still the only vehicle in the market with this charger. However, now you can get also a DC port, which is CCS. It goes till 50 kilowatt. And then the motors. Again, there is a change. Before there was 90 and 110 horsepower motors. Now it's 110 and 135, so an increase in power. Please note that the CCS port is standard on the 135 horsepower motors and optional on the 110 ones. For Ireland, the Zoe comes in 4 different versions, starting with the Play R110 at €26,990. So this version includes cruise control, fog lights, air conditioning, the hands-free access card. You also have automatic parking brake, the 10-inch driver display. You have also the 7-inch EasyLink display with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, and you've got the full LED headlights. For an extra €2,000 over the Play, you've got the iconic version. So this includes now the navigation. You still have a 7-inch display, central display. You also have the inductive phone charging. You have traffic sign recognition, automatic high beams. You've got lane departure warning. You also have climate control, rear parking sensors, and the 16-inch alloy wheels. Now, for an extra €2,000, you can go from the R110 to the R135. Besides the more powerful motor, you also have the CCS DC port. So this is a €750 option if you want to have the 110 motor. At the top of the range sits the GT line version. This is available for €1,000 over the iconic, but only with the R135 motor. So that sends the price to €31,990. For this price, you get as standard as well the 9.3-inch display. That's a central display in portrait mode. You've got the blind spot warning, distance warning with the automatic emergency braking system. You've got the front parking sensors. You've got the rear view camera. You also have the electric folding mirrors, the 16-inch diamond cut alloy wheels, the tinted rear window, and also this chrome elements on the front grille. Finally, the seats are a bit different. They are part leatherette and part recycled materials. This is it. I hope you like this overview of the Renault Zoe as well as this interview. Thanks a lot for Renault Kearys here in Cork for allowing us to do this film. And I hope you liked the video. Please leave us a comment and give it a like. And also, of course, subscribe to our channel. Thank you.